Right guys, so I'm back from my cruise. What I've got to do now is I've got to try and get this Mercedes into the garage. So I'm going to set about doing that now with the help of Jamie. So she's in. That's it. A nice roof. Only done 66,000 miles, Jamie.
66,488.
Not bad. Right guys, as you can see, we managed to manoeuvre this Mercedes into the garage. And so what I've done is I've got the wheel off because I couldn't work out what was bent or what was broken. I thought it was the drive shaft, but it appears that it's the bottom arm has snapped. As you can see, where it's quite rotten there, the bottom arm's just snapped. And also, it had lost its drive. Rear drive shaft has come adrift slightly. That piece there should be pushed in. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to get the lower arm off. And then we're going to have to try and get that drive shaft back into the diff there. So I'm not sure how easy or hard that's going to be. I need to get that arm off first, so I'm going to have a go at getting some of the bolts undone. See how we get on. Yes! So. There's that broken bit. I've come to the conclusion, I've had a little off camera, I had a little go at trying to get that shaft back in, and there's so much weight on this shaft. I'm not happy with trying to get it back in as it is, so I'm going to start by losing some of the weight off it. I'm going to take the caliper off, I'll take this disc off. Not sure if this arm at the back is bent and that arm is bent. In fact, that looks a real pain. I can't do that one. Someone did say to me you might have to drop the back of the subframe, but whatever it takes, we'll get it sorted. So let's continue taking this brake caliper off. We'll go from there. Right, so off camera, I decided to try and jack that shaft up a little bit, and I give it a good kick in, and lo and behold, drive shaft is now back in position. The shaft's in. What I need to do now is get the other arm back on and get this put back together and see if it'll drive and take it around the block maybe. Okay, so I've got my new arm. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to crack on with trying to get this lower control arm on there. If I can get that on, then I can put the wheel on. And I've actually got a new battery indoors that turned up yesterday afternoon, and we get both the wheels back on this car, and maybe even get it out on a road test. So let's just crack on with getting this arm on. So it's actually the next day here. Yesterday I managed to get the wheels on. I did take the car just down the road, only about 100 metres. This wheel on this side was actually towing in. This arm here, which I thought was bent, is actually really bent. So if you put a straight edge on that, there's a big gap down there between the straight edge and the arm itself. If we go to the other side, you can see that this ruler fits perfectly along that arm there, and the other side you've obviously got this big gap in the middle. It's not surprising because the wheel was leaning right over. In most cases not a problem, but there is no way that we're going to get that bolt out of there. We're unfortunately going to have to lower the subframe, which I'm really not looking forward to. That's why I've got it back up on stands. I've turned the car around because in my garage I've got a little bit more room at the back here. And we're going to have to get some bolts undone and see how much we're going to lower this subframe before we can get that bolt out. I don't know how much we're going to have to lower it by or how hard it's going to be. I know I'm going to have to remove the calipers. Might have to drop the exhaust down at the back, get the clips off, and then get the subframe bolts undone. See if we can lower it. So that's the next job, which I'm going to crack right on with. So what I've done is I've started lowering down this subframe. Got both calipers supported. That spring's popped out, and I've just jacked it back up a little bit. I've had to remove the exhaust back part, just the back mounts. And as you can see, I'm on that there. Come to daddy. Okay, so we've got the bolt off that one, or the nut off that one. Just got to get that bolt out. I think I'll release it this other end, just there. It's coming off. So can we get the bolt out? Hey! Oh, come on, so near. Let's try and lower that subframe a little bit more. Come on, old girl. Oh, we've got a bit more there. Oh yeah, that's what you need. Just that last bit. Right, and there we go. So that is the front upper arm, the one that's bolted into that subframe. We'll get the new one and get that in. Right, so I've got my new arm turned up in the post today, and I'm just going to set about putting it on, but I've just thought I'd do a little comparison check to see how bent the old one was. So as you can see, it's a bit of a banana. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get back under there, get this arm put back on, and hopefully get the subframe bolted back together. As you can see, we're going for a little test drive. That actually drives alright. Well, it sounds alright. Finally, I've got the wheels back on, done a little bit of tuning on the rear suspension, managed to just adjust the towing out of the front of the wheel a little bit. I think it needs to go, it will have to go in for alignment properly, but it's back together. Pleased with the alignment actually, compared to how it was looking. I've measured it up with a straight edge. I'm really quite pleased with that. Our next job is to set about this damaged rear quarter. Got the suspension repaired. What we've got to do now is we've got to get this rear quarter pulled out. Not quite 100% sure where to start, but I'm just going to start by grinding some of this paint off, so I've got something to weld to. Then I'm going to get my stud puller out and just start pulling on it and see where we end up. Got a nasty crease here, so I know we need to get a pull on this, so I might weld something round about here, and then I've got an anchor on the wall there, and we can do a little bit of pulling here and start pulling this wheel arch back straight again. So it's pushed in quite a lot there. So I think that's what we're going to have a go at first. I'm just going to linish that up a little bit, and I'm going to get my first spread of filler in now. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some of these high points pushed down. As you can see a little high point there, so I'm going to warm that up, press that down. I've got another one there, I'm going to press that down, then we're going to get the angle grinder, get that cut off, get some of these little lumps taken off of here, and then start getting this ready for paint. Yeah. Now I'll take that. See, it's got a big crown on that. That's what I'm going to do is warm it up and push around the crown there. Leave ourselves with a little low. Yeah, that's the desired effect. So we've got a little bit of a low there now, a little bit low in there, so we can put a little wipe of filler in there, a little bit on the top, shape that up nice. Time that's all primed, painted, you will never know. Well, it looks a mess, but that'll do for that one. Yesterday got a bit of a high build primer onto the rear quarter. Today I'm going to start blocking it. So a bit more primer on. If you can see the runs in it, but got a couple of lovely runs in it. But it is getting there, just put a bit of guide coat on. Later on we can get that blocked down. pleased with that. I'm going to primer it again because there's a couple of little bits that got a tiny little mark there. That's just a little higher spot. I think it's a bit of metal that's come through. Got a couple of very low spots here. Going to be able to get this in primer again in a little while. You get it wiped down and get some more primer on. Rear quarter's actually come out really good. Blocking this rear quarter down in the pursuit of perfection. So hopefully this could be the last time we block it down. We'll block it down, we'll have to be wet flatted, and we're getting a bit closer to painting.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway, there's a nice range.
Really pleased with that. Nice and straight. Just what we were after. So we had to finally crack on and get this car painted in. Right, and that's going to be it for this video. So if you did like the video, don't forget, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget, if you're new here, whack that subscribe button and turn on them post notifications and you'll get notified when I upload a video. But as of right now, I'm going to get myself out of here and I'll see you guys on the next one.